that was a tough one to call. And all these linesmen under tremendous pressure after one of them was replaced last night in that, well, in fact, LinDan's semi-final.
Well, we've had some pretty lengthy sessions here at QE Stadium this week, Andrew. Testing for these line judges.
So 2-1 to LinDan of China, the world number 2. So just as we had with the women's doubles, if you've only just joined us, we had the women's number 1 and number 2 world ranked double sides. It does not get much better than that for viewers.
3-2.
Free all. Gillian, unfortunately, we just can't read too much into the game, even in the first set, after the first set's completed, because it wasn't until the third set that Lee of Malaysia really started to play like a world number 1 and pull off some of the shots that got him to that position in the first place. For all. Not a great there you can see, clearly dropping in. Not a great judgment by LinDan. Oh, carbon copy, same, making the same mistake again. Of course, that's the object for the killer shot. Just keep it as low as you can. Just skimming the net. Lee's timing just a little off at the moment. Lee doing incredibly to dig himself out of trouble throughout that, but in the end, LinDan just watching that ball drop over the line. Some great retrieval shots though by the world number 1 regardless, and here he is, LinDan, just watching that safely drop out.
Yes, twice on the floor there during that rally, Lee, but he gets up very quickly, recovers the court.
Oh, just rushing in for the net kill. That really should have been such an easy shot. Perhaps a little too nonchalant. Classy play by Lee. Look at that, just cleared the net by a fraction.
These two men keeping it quite gentle, skillful and gentle, rather than lashing out at each other.
They certainly know how to smash when they need to, though. Yeah. Like there. Oh. 8-6. Well, he dug himself out of trouble once, and he's a master at that, but that second one was just impossible. That was a great get. So 8-10 to Lee. So 11-8, LinDan leading by 3, first set. So Gillian, this time the coach is out.
Certainly, yes.
Pouring advice into the ears of both LinDan and Lee of Malaysia.
He seems to be paying a lot more attention to his coach than Lin does. And probably with all good reason. He's leading this first game. He's in the zone. He's happy with what he's doing.
smashing that one down into an open court. And when they're playing at this level, world number 1 and 2, it's not often that they find that sort of space to aim at. When they do, the opportunity is not missed. There he is, forcing LinDan back into the corner. Still, though, had the middle court covered. Classy play. 9-12.
Lee moving Dan around the court. What a lovely rally there, Andrew.
It was, and Lee has now put himself just within 1 point of LinDan of China. And it wasn't going to go on forever, but
Lee was definitely controlling for most of that point. That brings his first game all square. Whatever the Malaysian coach said, the 11-point turnover has obviously had the desired effect.
It has.
LeeChongWei definitely on top of his game now. Oops.
Yes, undoubtedly long, but there's the replay. You can see, in fact, a good few inches far of the back boundary line.
It's Lee's turn to leave it and let it go along. Characteristic poor serve.
15 all here at QE2 Stadium. And as they have to do, look out for every little spot, because when you have certain players who sweat more than others, they can drip all over the court and then slip on their own sweat, which is what Jonathan of Denmark was doing last night. He was slipping more than any other player on last night's schedule of 5 matches on court 1, also 5 matches on court 2. We only had television coverage of 1 court though, mainly the men's matches. And we are at 15 all in this first game of the men's singles final. Oh, yes. Well, that's not the first time. That is not the first time that Lee has caught LinDan out like that. Delicate net shot, and he's put it. He's dropped it so close. LinDan has just found it impossible to get it back over. Mission impossible, in fact. So perhaps a small sign there of who is the more clever of the two players. They're both young, 23 and 22, and they are on top of the world at the moment as far as rankings are concerned. Well, Lee seems to be mentally on top in this match, but you wouldn't really know it from the score. 18-17. Oh, yes.
Pushed it into that corner there.
Smart, aggressive play. Good follow through from Lee. 19-17. Yeah, it started to drop short, and he took full advantage of it. Wasted no time in pouncing on that. 19-17. First game of the men's final.
big change of pace there on the shovel. On LinDan, we're going to see it again. Tap. Away.
Oh, yes. Again, you just don't find that much open court in matches like this.
LinDan on game point.
2019. He's not going to rush this one, not against the world number one.
Whoa!
21-19.
Break.
Great start to this second game.
And LeeChongWei is back in black. Similar top to what he was wearing in last night's semi-finals.
1-all.
Had a change of heart right at the last second.
2-3.
Both players taking the opportunity to make sure that as this match wears on, there's nowhere where they can literally slip up. Lee getting ready to serve at 2-3 in this second game.
3.
Lee's last 2 points have been gifts from Lin. No mistake with that one. He won that point outright.
And it's 5-3. Six. Well, Lin takes the point, but again, some great examples from Lee of how he can really dig a shuttle out of a hole when he needs to. A chance for both to take a little bit of a breather, towel down. Neither of them would like to rush things here.
7-5.
'Closely, and Lee goes ahead by 3, 8-5. Problem is, of course, if you do decide that you're going to wait and watch it, whether it's in or whether it's out, by the time it's about hip height, it's just too late.
Too late. And of course, they put a spin on these shuttles. Drift back in again, those final few inches of descent.
And perhaps Lee now building up an insurmountable lead in this game.
Well, he's certainly galloping towards the 11-point break. Ooh.
11-5. So Lin leads with one set, but Lee leading 11-5 second. More words in the ears of both players from their coaches. Another example now and again here of why this is the fastest racket sport of all. Some smashes reaching speeds of over 330 kilometers per hour.
11-5. Right.
12-5. Lee of Malaysia, the world number 1, leading LinDan of China, the world number 2. Second game. Lee looking to square things up. And doing a pretty good job of it at the moment as well.
13-6.
21-19 the score in the first game in favor of LinDan of China.
Closes the gap by 1.
Still a long way off.
Sure.
7-5. Oh. Eight 16. Well, on that occasion, LinDan it was who was giving some good examples of how to dig something out of nowhere. Lin serves at 8-16.
Lee takes a serve back.
And Gillian, fair to say we're now reaching the business end of this game, and there's a pretty big lead for Lee. 17-8. Ten-point lead.
Amazing.
Oh.
First game was very even.
First game was very even. This one, it's you almost feel like LinDan is giving it away, thinking, okay, look, I'm not going to catch you. Let's settle this in the third game. He's playing some pretty lax badminton at the moment, that's for sure. Courtside photographers take their places hurriedly now as we get underway in the third game. And we're square at 1 game all. Great shot from LinDan.
Tall man going for extra height with that jump.
Quick reaction shot from between the legs, but it's 1-1. Great retrieval by Lee. Keeps him in this point. Another lift from LinDan. And Lee is going to change the shuttle. So 2-1 to Lee. And no doubt we're going to see a much more determined fight from LinDan in this deciding game. Didn't fall for the same mistake that time. Oh yes, in fact he's rubbed Lee's nose in it, giving him a taste of his own medicine. Lee, on several occasions in the first set, or first and second game I should say, had lobbed or hit a nice little net shot and fooled LinDan, who was unable to get it back over the net, and that time he didn't fall for it and found the open court, and it's 2-all.
Lee not at all intimidated with LinDan's killing shots. He's quite happy to reach for them, pick them off the floor.
And does a pretty good job at it as well. And that's pretty intimidating for someone like LinDan, to see your opponent doing that. I mean, if you can't dig a hole in the court with one of your smashes, then you've got to start thinking about alternatives. LinDan it is though, leading 4-2. 5-2, sorry.
He needs to win back the service, get back in this third game.
Oh, just long. Oh, in fact, comfortably long. Three, 6. Again, Lee's incredible ability to dig out just about anything.
And then what looked like a fairly straightforward return. Loses the point.
7-3, great shot there from our net cam. LinDan leading 7-3.
7.
And this is not the right set for LeeChongWei to start experimenting with his shots, or giving LinDan a little bit of breathing space. It's the deciding game.
Right, now Lee needs to stem the flow.
forcing him all over the place, but that was out. There's point to LinDan, but Lin is complaining about something anyway.
I think it's the damp court.
Yes, now coming back to towel himself off. Strange, the point was his. He stared down at the linesman, had a word with the chair umpire. I would have been happy with that.
Yep.
He's ahead 9-4.
Wide.
Yeah, it certainly looked it. LinDan not happy with it. Let's take a look at a replay. It's silly arguing. I mean, it was clearly out, but I guess at this level, as in tennis, some players are so hyped up they'll always almost imagine that the ball was on the right side or the point was theirs. They actually believe it. Six-9.
Lee is slowly taking the steam out of LinDan. He was going like a runaway train earlier in this game.
Yes.
Nice one. What?
No, you've got to be kidding.
No, that looked good. Let's see the replay.
Well,
wrong
not the best
angle.
We have a good angle from up here, and that looked in. Bad call.
Lee's left his racket on the edge of the court.
I mean, we shouldn't make too much of a big deal about the bad calls. It happens in all sports. It happens at high level, low level. And to be fair, there have been some controversial ones here, but there haven't been that many.
No.
So the officials have been called, but Gillian, I mean, unless they can immediately look at a TV replay, what's the point in talking about it? Look at a replay, or
unless you're going to start employing lasers instead of linesmen.
Yeah, it's tough, or unless the officials do have immediate access to instant replay, which they don't here. So
the point stays,
and we'll just see if Lee can rise above it or whether he lets it get to him. No, way out. 11-7.
And we'll change ends during this break.
Just
just watching this last point again, it was well out. So I think the difference has also been, Gillian, that the bad calls that we've had over the past few days have caused such disruption. It's completely changed the path of the game, particularly with our Olympic champion who changed the path of that game by walking off after just 5 points, or about 2.5, 3 minutes of play.
That was amazingly early in the match.
And of course, that is how LinDan is where he is now, because it was LinDan's quarterfinal that incident occurred, and then LinDan just scraping through against Jonassen of Denmark in the semis, and here he is in the final, the world number 2.
12-7. Delicate touch not coming off for Lee.
He was all over that. And look how quickly Lee realised that was kept falling short. Didn't waste it, but boy, he had to dive.
Yep.
Again, a situation where by the time LinDan realised that he'd made a mistake, it was too late to flick the shuttle up, get it back.
Oh, great.
Well, that was really intimidating play for a while there by Lee before smashing it out, and it's now 13-10.
He wrapped the shuttle around LinDan there. Playing almost face to face. Well, Lee saved a couple there, but not the third one.
(14-11), LinDan of China leading. Oh no. He's always been troubled by that sort of shot during this match. (13-15). Here's one for the books. He had all the time in the world to line it up. And didn't make a mess of it either. 13-15 in this deciding game of the men's singles final. And just a quick word for our viewers at home waiting to see What's New Scooby-Doo. That program has been delayed because our badminton coverage here at QE2 Stadium is overrunning just a little. LinDan just unable to hit that one over the net. And just an adjustment to that announcement before, What's New Scooby-Doo has actually been cancelled because of the duration of our badminton. LinDan, the targeting off just a little bit, and we are neck and neck. That's out, and that's 16-17.
So Malaysia's LeeChongWei serves.
He found the room. There wasn't much more. There wasn't much of it there. And that's 18-16. And you can get a good feeling of who the crowd is behind here. LinDan of China leading by 2 in this deciding set. Just watching that one drop again. And Lin of China leading 19-16. And just a reminder of the lineups of some of our other matches. It's by no means total dominance by China. China against Malaysia in this match. The mixed doubles has China against Indonesia, and the men's doubles has Indonesia against Malaysia. We did, however, if you joined us earlier, we did have an all-Chinese women's doubles final. Okay, so LinDan has made a complaint about somebody talking.
I think it was a camera flash. We've got a red flash button going off in that corner.
So that brings up, yes, championship point for LinDan. Oh yes, that is an unbelievable point to finish it off with. And you can understand why he's treating himself to a little bit of theatrics there, because that was a killer shot to finish off with.